Prince Harry, Netflix and that whole royal debacle. What is the latest? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're keeping well, and yes, I hope you can understand me. Still battling that cold. You know what it's like? You get to that point, don't you, where you're fed up of drinking lemon and hot water and sugar and all those sort of stuff. And now it seems to be working, but not as much or as quickly as I would like. So apologies if I sound a little bit muffled today. But as ever, we have to get back to that breaking royal story of the day. Now, I'm sure you've all seen this particular story. It's already centres around the fact that, of course, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle signed that mega deal with Netflix all those months ago now. It would have seemed, of course, like a very good idea. And as Prince Harry openly admitted while being interviewed by Oprah Winfrey, he had to do the deal, allegedly, because he needed some financial security. Didn't exactly bode well, did it, for Netflix when he said that? I thought it was like saying, well, I needed something, so you'll do type of thing. Now, fast forward, of course, a few months, and we later found out that, in fact, Prince Charles was still funding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle upon their move across the shores, as it were. But now it's really erupted, simply because, as we told you recently on the show, Jemima Khan, a very close friend of the late and wonderful Princess Diana, has pulled out in an advisory role on The Crown. Now, it's interesting when people of her stature do pull away. Now, some people may say, of course, well, that's raising her profile again. She doesn't really need to raise her profile. She's a very independent lady with considerable wealth. I think what it really says about her is really what a good friend she's turned out to be in this whole debacle. Now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as you know, also have been attacked because they basically said, well, or haven't said, should we say, that, you know, they're making no comment, not just on The Crown itself, but on that dire musical that was filmed by Netflix earlier last month. And of course, as we've told you, Prince Harry claims he needs the money. But now there's a real twist in the turn. And as ever, we have to say, allegedly here on the show. A very good source over in LA tells me this from the Netflix camp. They're absolutely incensed by all this negative PR now attached to the streaming giant. And in fact, could it possibly be that they could also now terminate the deal with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and their Archwell production company? And as we always say, as I say, we have to say allegedly, but this particular story is truly hotting up. What you have to remember, of course, is that Netflix, along with all those other streaming giants, totally rely on subscription. Now, if people are angry at the way the situation is, particularly the way the company is being represented, then of course it doesn't look good if the one-time son of one of their subject matters is naturally attached to the company. Now, I'm in no way suggesting that this is on the horizon, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's lawyers. It's simply this, you know, it is a story that's really turned rather nasty rather quickly. Now, you've got to understand, Meghan and Harry are in a rather difficult position because obviously when they took on that role, they could not have foreseen this whole debacle moving forward. And it's really difficult, isn't it now? Because if he does pull away, then Netflix also get more bad publicity. And if he stays, he gets bad publicity. So it's really a no-win situation on both counts. But as ever, this particular story is rising at great level. And somewhere, someone, somehow, is going to have to crack to make sure these cracks are smoothed over. As ever, once I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the heart of London.